Well, it's reverse grid time and the final race here at Laguna Seca, and what racing we've had so far, it's been pretty awesome, as is BTCC Blueprints, our sponsor, and again, very happy to have them on board. Great bunch of guys. But the grid for the final race here at Laguna is Andrew on pole, alongside him Brian, Leon well up with Jeff, then Alex and Will, and it's Ashley and Sean, Chris and Rob, Adam and Liam, and then Kevin, Nathan, Ben and Jake on the back row. So we get ready for a start. And this is, as you already know if you're a fan of the series, this is normally chaos and hectic. And we're away, and Adam got a good start. Brian bogged down a little bit, saw the car jumping, and that's put Leon around the outside of him. But Andrew it is that leads, and he desperately needs some decent points, judging by the championship. Ooh, Rob's a little bit out of control down the inside, hits Will, but they all seem to have just about made it round. Ben around the outside of someone there, didn't see who, looked like Jake, and Leon got held out in the shuffle, tried to go around the outside and lost a couple positions. But Andrew leads from Jeff on home ground. Jeff would be desperate to win a race in America, but Ashley's not going to. If he carries on like that, he's off the track, he's flashing his lights at someone. Obviously feels like he was pushed out, we didn't see it. Sean just behind him now, so Sean's having a rocket start, up to 8th already, so he's passed pretty much half the field. Or did he? No, he started 9th, didn't he? Oh, he finished 9th in the last race, so he would have started halfway up the grid, so actually not so impressive. As Jeff storms through and takes the lead in America. Yeehaw! Liam very quick into the corkscrew chicane, and they were full wide in here. Why not? It's never been done before or since. Nathan to the back of the field. Sorry, not is that Nathan? Yes. Nathan in 14th, Ben 13th, and now Ben's gone wide, and that's going to allow Nathan through. Although Ben will have the inside, so Chris is way back. Something's happened, and now we've got chaos again at the last corner coming out. There's a black car that's round, and it's Liam. Liam spins, handbrakes, turns it, and whoa, Leon comes from a different racetrack. I don't know where he came from, but it looks like Liam into the back of Ash, and Ash into the side of someone else. It looked like Sean, and then it's just literally chaos. Well, Ash has put Sean onto the gravel, and then Sean probably can't stop for this corner. No, it goes really deep, and then we get the hit from Liam into the back of Ashley, who hits Sean and puts him sideways into Liam again. And then Kevin comes on the scene, has hit Ash a little bit, and then hit Liam again. So we got black cars spinning all across the racetrack, and everyone else does a pretty good job of avoiding it. Although Nathan's extremely lucky that Liam remained see-through. So Jeff still leads on home ground. He'll be delighted with that, but this is chaos still. Ben and Nathan getting together, but they just about managed to make it into turn 1. Ben around the outside of Kevin, great move, gets that done. Kevin gets a little shove off onto the gravel, but Ben's made that move, and now Nathan into the back of Kevin, but backs off. Ben trying to find room where there isn't right now. They're all trying to hustle through. They know how important it is to get through early in these early stages of this race. Jake apologising to Ben for some reason there with the indicators, but Ben flashes, says carry on, let's go. Let's see who this is. It's Alex and Kevin fighting away, and there's a yellow flag again, so someone's in the wall, and it's Rob off at his favourite corner again, and this time pretty big one. That's an evil one. Car just stopped straight away. He'll have damage from that, and that's Rob's race pretty much over before it started. Kevin slides through and up into 9th place ahead of Nathan, and Alex trying to get round as well, but not quite managing it. And Rob gets going again in last. Jeff still leads, and now he's pulling away from Andrew. There's Will up to 3rd, and then it's Adam ahead of Brian, who's up there, well up there in 5th still. Onto the gravel again goes Kevin. Now he's got Nathan all over him. Nathan switches to the inside. He's got an overlap, and Kevin's just stuck him in the wall. So Kevin very aggressive tonight, and now he's got the other Nissan on him of Ashley, but Nathan just covering that one off pretty well. Ashley's not going to give up, as he shouldn't. Can you do a switchback? No, not quite. Ooh, Will trying to get past Andrew. You can see that Jeff's pulling away. Jeff quite wide into that corner though. And they head uphill into that treacherous corner, which Rob and Sean have done a great job of trying to claim to their own. But I think Rob's had the most spectacular crashes, and Liam's decided that he's turning left today for this race. Ben up the inside of Brian and up into 7th place behind Jake and Sean now. It's a great progress from some of these guys. Jake especially started last. He's already 6th after less than 3 laps. Ben up to 7th from 15th. Now Sean, can he stay ahead of Jake? He's covering the inside. Jake will have to go to the outside, but that's not going to work unless he gets a cut back onto the straight, which he hasn't. Now Sean flashing his lights. Adam's up the inside of Andrew, and he should be able to get that done, as Will is up to 2nd place, as we know, ahead of Andrew. And now Andrew gets relegated down to 4th, possibly down to 5th now, as Sean gets through as well. Yep, Andrew just starting to fall back now, and now he's got Jake behind him. You have to think that's a matter of time before he's through as well. But Andrew holding on well at the start of this race. Jeff as well. Brian's still in 8th place, so he's doing pretty good as well. He's got a gap behind him. Jake down the inside then. Can he get that done? Yes, that's done with. Andrew falls another spot down to 6th, and now he's got Ben behind him. And a flash of lights to let him know he's there. And now, Sean's got a good run on Adam. Can he make that work down into the corkscrew? Nope. Adam brakes late, keeps the position. And Nathan ahead of Ashley. Chris quite far back. And Rob way back after that massive crash. Adam still fending off Sean in the background. Ben and Andrew are going at it, and Ben's off. He's spun. He's done what Chris did in the first race, and let's see what happened here. He's got Andrew in front of him, as we know. Andrew quite slow off the corner. Ben goes to the inside to try and take the position. Andrew comes across to cover that, so he's made his one move. Ben goes to the outside, and Andrew goes across to cover that, but he's already made his one move, so pushes Ben off onto the gravel. And that's the end of that for Ben. He's off and into the dirt. They lose multiple positions because of that, and Andrew hasn't waited either, so he obviously doesn't feel he did anything wrong. The stewards completely disagreed with him, but that's another story. Let's crack on with the race. And Adam seems to have lost out to Jake. Jake trying to take 3rd position. Ooh, sideways. And Adam retakes the place. He's not taking that line down. There's a podium up for grabs, and he's in the dirt. Jake's going to try and get it straight back. Sean's there lingering, and Andrew's still there after what happened with Ben. He keeps his position, and now Jake's surely got this done as they go into that treacherous corner. He has, and Sean's trying to follow him through but can't. And now Adam again, he's off the track trying to overtake Jake. That's pretty reckless. It's completely 4 wheels off the track. They're trying to make a move. Now Sean's trying to take advantage of that, but Jake's gone. Andrew fancies a bit of this as well, trying to buy into it as these guys start to up the aggression in this last stage. Sean round the outside of Adam, take that. Can he keep it on the track? Yes. Great move. Brian's still going along really strongly in 7th place now after Ben's demise. Ben down the inside of Nathan, driving with a bit of anger, I would say. Nathan's run wide, and that should be a Ben through into 8th position. But Nathan's fighting back on the straight. These two that had fierce battle last season as teammates when they were in the OP Subaru, as some people called it, and they're still up the top of the championship this season, and they're not in a Subaru, so I think that's some of the doubters put to bed on that one. Jeff, though, still hanging on to lead, but by the skin of his teeth, as Will tries to go around the outside. That's brave, and in fact Jake's buying into it, and Jake's going to take Will. Will left the door open, and Jake shoves his car up the inside, but no, Will's got the drive up the hill, and Jeff keeps the lead until he did that, and he's put two wheels in the dirt. That's lost the run up the hill. Surely Will can take advantage of that, and he does. I think still, he's thinking about it. He's done the move. Jeff's hanging on. Jeff's over the gravel. He's lost the car. Oh, keep it going, Jeff. And he does. Stays in fourth, but now Jake's got to be favourite to do what has only been done once before and win all three races. He's now all over the back of Will. Will's not had a great night and probably won't fight that too much. Jake takes it, but he's gone wide, and Will fight back, and does. Will saw that coming. Great work by Will. He retakes the position, and now Sean's gone past Jake, so maybe we spoke too soon. Like I say, Jake trying to equal that record set by Ben in season 1 when he won all 3 races in a day. It's not been done since, although Nathan got very close to it in season 2. Speaking of Nathan, he's passed Brian there at turn 1. Brian gives him the room. Rob at the back still, but he's starting to catch people. So Will leads, Sean second, Jake third, Jeff fourth, still doing a great job, fifth, Adam sixth is Andrew. He's got Ben behind him again for the second time, and then Nathan in eighth. Sean kicks up the dust as they head uphill towards the corkscrew, and Andrew's in the wall, and he did it all by himself. And that's going to cost him a lot of positions. He's lost 2 to Ben and Nathan, and now he's got Brian behind him, and so's Kevin's there as well. Brian loses out to Kevin by the looks of it. Kevin takes the place, so Brian down to 10th. But he just needs to take as many points as he can. He needs to try and beat Andrew, really, because Andrew's who he's fighting in the championship. Kevin gets past Andrew, but Andrew will hold on the inside, and he does. Now they get the drag up to the first turn through this curve. Takes you over the start finish line, but Kevin's got it. Now Brian will look to get past Andrew. He knows he needs to try and beat Andrew in the championship. Remember, it's the bottom 3 that get relegated. Was that a push from Brian? It's hard to see. It looked like it. A bit more pushing. This should be a good fight. Ashley, Brian and Andrew. Ashley down the inside of Brian. Brian turns in, but there's nowhere to go. Fierce racing at the back, and these guys know how important it is. They don't want to be relegated. Although the McGann Trophy is an excellent series, as we've seen some of the racing this season down there has been almost on a par with the touring cars, so it's not such a bad thing. Will's gone wide. Will's really gone wide. Is he going to be the next person to lose the lead? No, Sean's not quite close enough, and Will should just about hang on. And now Sean right behind Will, and he's got Jake in tow, and Will's done it again, and he's lost the car this time. And that's that. Can he get back on in third? No, he's down to fourth, down to fifth. Jeff, who's having an excellent race, comes back through, and Will hugging the inside because Ben's there, so's Nathan. Bit of contact again between the two. Ben will look down the inside, but Will's got that covered, and he's gone wide again, Will, so he's really struggling with his tyres since he's gone off on that corner. And I've said that before in the previous races, once you get dirt on your tyres, it's extremely hard to get it off. Nathan looked to get past Will as well, so Will having a disaster. He was leading the race half a lap ago, and now he's down to 7th place. So now Sean leads from Jake and Adam as Liam pushes Brian wide and a bit more. Chris is just like, well, carry on guys, I'll take position. Chris sneaks up the inside of Liam, and he does take the position. So Liam tries to go around the outside. He's not having it. That's a brave move, and he's kind of done it off the track. Andrew, after his problems, has got Ash all over him, and Jake takes the lead. from Sean. Let's see how he did it, and it's up the hill. He got a great drive out of that corner, so maybe Sean ran wide because look at the overspeed that Jake had, so Sean must have made a mistake, and that's Jake into the lead, and it looks like he's going to create history, or equal history, although Sean's not taking it lying down. The Scotsman won't give up. Jake quite aggressive for that chicane, and that was maybe too much. Let's see, does he get a penalty for that? Yes, he does. So he needs to get rid of that by the end of the race. He's got 3.5 laps to do it. Adam in 3rd now, Jeff 4th, Ben 5th, Nathan 6th, Will in 7th place, and top 8 rounded out by Kevin. So still plenty of fireworks to kick off in this race, you feel. And Kevin again in the gravel, ahead of the similarly liveried car of Ashley, who's got ahead of Andrew. Liam looking to get back though, trying to get down the inside of Brian again. Tried it a lap ago and didn't really quite execute it properly. Brian's gone in far too deep there. You can see when he braked it was too late, and Liam takes the position. Brian gives him a bit of afters. Chris will look to get past Brian as well before the end of this race. Meanwhile, these two have not given up, so I did say that Sean wouldn't give up, and he hasn't. He's now trying to push Jake into a mistake. He needs to keep on him, because if Jake gets into a rhythm, he will pull away. We've seen it before. Sean needs to send one if he wants to win this race, but he'll also look at the points he's on at the moment and where Ben and Nathan are, and think this is good points for me going into the last 3 races at Brands Hatch in a week's time, which are all double points races. So really the championship is going to be between about 4 or 5 guys, I think, going into Brands if we stay as we are. Jeff, though, he really needs their race like this. He really needs to finish in the position he's in right now, and that will give him plenty of hope to stay up. Will's got other ideas though. He fancies that 7th place for himself, or 6th place, sorry. Ash is 9th ahead of Liam, 10th. Liam finally getting past Brian, as we saw. And Brian dropped right back to 13th, so there's obviously something gone on there. He's dropped behind Andrew and Chris. Oh, Andrew's out of control and hits the back of Chris. Sends him wide, but doesn't take the position. Partly a fault with this game, to be fair. It's quite hard to do the same braking on every single corner. There is no feel for it. Ben now fighting Nathan, and this is pretty important for the championship. These guys came into these rounds 1st and 2nd with not a big gap between them. I think it was about 4 points, which is nothing, and Ben will be desperate to keep in front of Nathan for the points. There's not long to go, a lap and a half. Jeff just about holding on from Will. Will's trying to go around the outside. Can't see that working. And Ashley's just sat there waiting for anything to go wrong. Or is it Kevin? It's Kevin, sorry. Kevin now trying to go around the outside of Will. Going into the final corner. I can't see that really working. It didn't. It looked for the switchback and getting the drive. That looks more likely. I think he has got a slight overlap. He has. Kicks up sparks from the wall. Down the inside goes Kevin, and up into 7th place. Will goes wide and into the marbles. So disappointment again for Will. He had a great opening. Really wants to win one of these races. And Leon's having a desperate race. He's down in 16th. There'll be no points for that, and he's way back. So it's just really not worked for him, but he scored good points in the other 2 races, so again that will help his championship position. As we're on to the last lap though, Jake's got it all sewn up. Sean in 2nd. This is far from over. Jeff and Kevin going at it, and Jeff's gone wide again. Oh, he's almost lost the car. Great recovery, but that's going to allow Kevin through, and Will's not that far back. Jeff sweeps to the inside and protects the inside line and keeps the position and stays on the track at the corkscrew. but it's Jake that's going to do it as he takes his penalty, gets rid of it. Sean looks like he's got second zone up. Yep, so Jake wins. Sean second. Adam third, but he didn't take his penalty, so that drops him down to fifth. So third is Nathan, fourth Ben, fifth Adam, sixth is Kevin, seventh is Jeff just from Will, and then ninth is Liam ahead of Chris. 10th looks like it's gonna be Ash, then 11th Andrew, 12th Jeff, or was it Brian? We'll go through the results at the end because it's people taking penalties has confused it all a bit. Leon's definitely last, unfortunately for him. No points for Leon in this race. But he's definitely progressing, as we saw in the other races. So Jake wins from Sean, Adam, Nathan, Ben, Kevin, Jeff was 7th, Will 8th, 9th for Liam, 10th was Chris, get it right, 11th Ash, 12th was Andrew, Jake fastest lap again. And then 13th was Brian, so that's who I saw. 14th Alex, 15th was Rob, and 16th was Leon, as we mentioned. So what does that do for the championship? Well, it just keeps it close. So still top of the standings is Nathan 166, Ben 158, so 8 points apart, and there's still a lot of points to play for. Third Sean, fourth Jake. Jake's definitely got a chance of this, as is Adam. And then Liam is probably out of it. Chris, Will, Rob, Leon, Ashley, Alex, Jeff, and then the bottom two is Brian and Andrew going into the last two rounds, though they're still close enough with double points at the last races to get out of there. Our thanks to BTCC Blueprints once again for sponsoring us, and we really appreciate your help. And we'll join us for Brands Hatch Grand Prix next week for the final rounds. It's finals day. Look forward to it. See you there.